I mean, Jacques, obviously there's tons of very rigid, dogmatic people on this planet that really want to believe that they know the answers to everything through their individual deity and their gods. I mean, how do we engage communication with the religious community in a positive way? How would you approach that?
Well, first they'd have to be extremely honest. Without that, you can't do a thing. They have to be honest and say, I don't know where the earth came from. I don't know how life began, but a certain book said it began this way or that way. And then you have to read those books and make sure that what you got out of that book was not interpreted for you. Remember that the Bible is subject to interpretation. So when you read it, somebody says, I think Jesus meant this, another person, no, he meant that. And that's why you have the Catholic, the Seventh-day Adventist, the Lutheran, the jumper for Jesus, because it's subject to interpretation. We have to work on a language that's not subject to interpretation. That's mathematics, chemistry, physics, engineering, and science is not subject to interpretation. They describe events carefully. When we give a chemical formula to Japan, they don't turn out what they think it means. They turn it out pretty close. If you give a blueprint of an automobile or an airplane to any government, any machinist, they turn out very close representations of the object. But our daily language is crude and is misunderstood, so is early writings. The earlier the writing, the more subject to interpretation.
Yes.
If you built a bridge and it fell apart, you couldn't look up and say it's the will of Allah. You'd be blamed for your engineering or your materials or selling materials at a cheaper quality.
Yes. Yes, great point. Great point.